Twig, this week in global health. This week, Twig talks about Sustainable Development Goals. You must have heard a lot of talk about the new global goals or the Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs. But what exactly are these Sustainable Development Goals? Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs are the goals that replace the Millennium Development Goals or the MDGs as the post-2015 internationally accepted goals for development. To refresh your memory, MDGs or the Millennium Development Goals were the 8 goals that were established in the year 2000 that aimed to reduce poverty and improve health, access to education, clean water, and sanitation. The Millennium Development Goals ended in 2015, which is the year of transition from the Millennium Development Goals to the Sustainable Development Goals or the SDGs. These goals were envisioned in Rio+20 conference in 2012 and were formally accepted by the United Nations in September 2015 as the global goals for 2030. The new global goals, or the SDGs, are 17 diverse goals that range from ending poverty to strengthening international partnership for development. The Sustainable Development Goals are designed to end all forms of poverty everywhere and build a better planet. The 17 goals and the 169 indicators of the SDGs focus on 6 key areas: people, planet, prosperity, dignity, justice, and partnerships to ensure holistic development that leaves no one and no country behind. So, how exactly are the new Sustainable Development Goals different from the outgoing Millennium Development Goals? For starters, the number of goals in SDGs at 17 are more than 2 times the goal of MDGs, which were 8. While the Millennium Development Goals had over 60 indicators to monitor their progress, the new Sustainable Development Goals include 169 indicators that in all likelihood may even increase further in number. Compared to the more vertical social and health goals of the MDGs, SDGs go beyond social and health goals to include goals for economy, justice, and environment, which reflects a changing trend in development from a vertical approach to a more horizontal approach. Now, there is a lot of optimism surrounding the new Sustainable Development Goals for 2030, but there is also a lot of debate regarding the actual sustainability and achievability of these goals, which raises many questions, such as, does more goals for all nations mean smaller piece of the pie per goal, resource-wise and fiscally for poorer nations? Are the SDGs and their 169 indicators defined clearly enough to monitor and evaluate successfully? What are the trade-offs for achieving these goals for poorer nations? Could these goals distort priorities in a developing country by focusing more towards global public goods prioritized by the global north? These goals are certainly ambitious, but are they realistic? How do countries deal with decision anxiety and prioritize the right goals among these 17 goals? Now, your perspective on these questions depends a lot on whether you see the glass half full or half empty. Whether the Sustainable Development Goals will succeed in achieving the goals that they have set out to achieve in the next 15 years is something only time will tell. Until then, let's keep the conversation going. Our panel at Twig will go in-depth into discussing some of the aspects of Sustainable Development Goals next week. So, if you have any questions, thoughts, or comments on the SDGs, then write to us via email at hello@twig.org or on Twitter via #Twig or @TwigTeam. That's all from Twig this week. Keep smiling, stay healthy, and stay informed.